Ever tried loading a massive Excel file in Python and felt like your coffee finished before the file even loaded? Well, you're not alone. Today we are comparing read_excel versus read_parquet to see how you can speed things up dramatically. So let's dive right in. Excel files are great, but when they get too big, think 100 MB or more, they become painfully slow to load in pandas. For example, here you can see this code is taking more than 12 seconds and it will probably take around 30 seconds to load this data. Well, the reason is that Excel files are not optimized for fast data retrieval and the data is stored in an inefficient way. So what's the solution? Meet Parquet. So first thing we do is we export the data to Parquet. So we already have the data loaded in df variable. Let's look at df.head to look at what we have in the data frame that is loaded. Right, so you can see you have a lot of columns. And if we want to look at the shape of the data, we can simply do df.shape. And you see we have 50,000 rows and 18 columns. Now this is nothing. You could have more than this. And similarly, that data will take more time to load than 25 seconds. It could be in minutes, which could affect your overall performance. The first thing we will do is we will try to save this data in a Parquet format. So let's do that. We simply do df.toParquet and we simply give the name of our file. Since my file is located in the same directory, I'm just gonna give the file name. So we say park format data.parquet. Keep in mind that you have to add this extension at the end with a dot sign. Click on export and it seems like we have an error here that says arrow type error. Object of type class string cannot be converted to int. Conversion failed for column date time with type object. And the problem is that df.toParquet cannot accept any column which has mixed data types. So for example, if I look at the Excel file I have, let's look at the date column. Let me expand this a bit. Let me fix the format. And you can see we have one empty cell here. Now this is causing the df.read_excel to load the data frame as a mixed data type. Even if we look at the data types of df by doing df.dtypes, we see that the date time is an object data type, but within this object data type the format is still in a mixed format. So what we need to do is we need to forcefully convert this into a string format. So if you know the desired column that needs to be fixed, you can simply convert that specific column to string. So let's do that. In our case, the date_time column is the culprit, so we are going to convert that column to string. So let me convert it and let's try exporting again. So I'm just going to copy paste this whole line here again, run this, and you can see our Parquet format has been exported in 0.4 seconds. And if we look at the folder here, you can see we have this file generated that is actually bigger in size than Excel, but then again this is going to load much faster in read_parquet. Now time to test by loading this file. So what we are gonna do is we are going to test this side by side. So the first thing I will do is I will import time and then I will add a variable that is store the start time. Then I will read the Excel file. In our case, let me add the name of the file that is actually test_data.xlsx. Run the code. During the time that runs, we are gonna add more data here. So we will add a section for read Parquet. So let's do that. We say read Parquet. We again add the start time. Then we add the code to read Parquet file. So let me copy and paste the code. So we simply define the variable name df_parquet and then say pd.readParquet and then give the file name that is what we exported above. So I'm gonna add single quotes here, and the end we're just gonna add a format that will tell us how much time it takes to load the Parquet file. So we simply subtract the current time from the time we saved in start time variable and present it in seconds format. And you can see the Excel load time is 25.73 seconds and Parquet load time is 0.75 seconds, which makes it a huge difference once you have larger files and you run codes on daily basis. Imagine how much time you can save every time you load a large data set. Now to summarize, Parquet works best if you have a large data set. So for example 20-30 MB plus of Excel file, where in cases where you need more speed, or in cases where you don't have to open the Excel file, because the Parquet format cannot be accessed with Excel file. If you found this helpful, like this video, subscribe for more Python tips, and let me know in the comments what's the biggest Excel file you have worked with. See you in the next one.